Hey folks, and welcome back to CarnisTerra! I am Matt, aka Slash, and I am on top of a very large spruce tree. This is the way we've been growing them here around spawn, apparently. I've just sort of been following the example that's been set. But it makes sense, you get a ton of spruce logs from growing these guys 2x2, because they go just ridiculously high. I think they're taller than jungle trees, actually. Not sure, I haven't actually done the comparison, mind you. But anyway, just harvesting some wood, gotta make up for all the chests that I've recently made, and I'll show you why I made a whole bunch of chests here very shortly. But first off, I want to say sorry about the lack of content on the channel. It's been like 2 weeks since the last video. I think last Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday, so almost 2 weeks. Reason for that is things got a little crazy around the house. I had mentioned at the end of the last video that my dad had been in the hospital with a heart attack. He was feeling better, and he was, and his heart was doing fine, but then it turned out that the site of his IV, while he was in the hospital the first time, got infected. And as a result of being infected, they needed to have him readmitted to the hospital, which was kind of, troublesome and worrying as well. So, in any event, that has all gone fine. He rested up in the hospital, got the infection all taken care of. He had a touch of pneumonia as well that they were keeping an eye on, but that passed as well. So, he is feeling fine. He's back home. He's tired. But that's about it, just still trying to get his strength back from all of the craziness of the past month or so. But as a result of that, my normal recording day didn't really happen to be a recording day until today, when I'm recording this. So, it makes it a little bit easier for me to get on and actually get some stuff done. I've done this off camera since I saw you last, and it is the site of the automatic AFK auto-sorting wool farm that I'm going to be working on with Snowshoe. He wasn't available to record tonight, but I'll give you an overview, and then hopefully next episode, he and I will be working together on the actual design of this thing. Right now, it's just a big gaping hole, because we gotta fill it with a whole bunch of craziness. Please note, I am aware that we have a Skittles box down here, which is a sheep farm already. Valrotho put this together, and it's very, very nice. Got the sheep in their own little individual pens, and ringed by the color of wool that they are, which I thought was very clever. We don't have a desert yet. We haven't gotten as far out as cactus, I don't believe. I believe that's still the case, that we haven't found cactus yet. So, anything that requires green dye, like cyan, which is green and blue, lime, which is green and white, green, which is green, and brown. We don't have cocoa beans yet either. So the 3 green-based ones and the brown one we do not have. So we only have 4 missing. So we have 12 of the 16. Did I bring shears? No, but they have some in here. This is actually a very clever design that he's got here. I'm gonna show you. Uh-oh. I think an Enderman's been down here. That's gonna cause problems. Do we have dirt anywhere convenient, Why don't we just, is this gonna flood if I take something out of here? Let's just take this one. It's a very clever system that's hooked up down here. Basically, you could just run around. Let me get that in place. Shears. You can just run around, shear the sheep. You don't even get in there with them if you don't want to. Right? And you'll see that there's a water stream underneath there, underneath the, I'm not gonna bother shearing those, underneath these upside down steps. Right? So let's go through and shear a bunch of these guys. I want to shear all the guys that have color on them. And then, look at the white. These guys are supposed to be white, these ones. We got some light blue. Gorgeous. We got some regular blue. Yes. Black, we got plenty of squid ink. the spawn building that Vol is working on goes underwater, or it goes next to the water, I guess. And there's an entire wall of water cleared out right next to it, and squids tend to swim up to it, fall through into the spawn building, and suffocate and drop their ink right along the edge. Alright, last one. Let's get these guys. So I'm just leaving the wool laying on the ground, right? Which is kind of silly. You're like, why are you shearing sheep if you're not picking up the wool? Well, the reason for that is simple. I come over here, I can deposit my shears, and then we'll use the master control, and whoop, water comes pouring out, and the sheep hop around like crazy. Did I get the... I may have missed the purple. But anyway, it pushes the wool that you sheared off into the trench. Kind of glitches around a little bit sometimes. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Alright, so all the wool goes into the trench. Okay, they're just... like, why are they still jumping around? The water's off, but they were just excited. And they get thrown through a hopper system, and they end up... is this... yeah, there's a dropper there. They end up getting deposited up through here. So, very clever system. What do we got? We got 8 of the colors have come through so far. There's the 9th. And then you can sort them off into the boxes. They got like so, right? So red and magenta like so, etc., 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 right? Very cool. Very cool system. What I want to do, however, what do we got? It's 10. I need 2 more colors to filter through. What I want to do up here, however, is I want to build a system just like my AFK system that we had before, but with the exception that whenever you shear the sheep, instead of going into a chest and then you pick it up and you shuffle it around or whatever. Let's go there with a torch. And you have to sort it yourself. I want the system to sort the wool for me. So, we're going to make a start on that today. It's going to be a big project, and it's going to require a lot of resources, but I think we'll be able to pull it off. Now, the reason I invited Snowshoe to participate is, one, I thought it would be fun collabing with him, because other than the podcast, which is very fun, don't get me wrong, but other than the podcast, he and I haven't really gotten to do a whole lot together. I think we've played some like Hypixel server PvP games together, and that's about it. So I wanted to try and get something together with him, and he's a very good builder, and I don't consider myself a very good builder coming up with things that look nice. I come up with functional things, and I'm very jealous of how good a lot of the builders on this server are. So I thought I would enlist Snowshoe to help me pretty things up. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to establish the walkway in the middle of the building in cobblestone. Anything that I put in cobblestone, he's going to be able to replace for aesthetic purposes. It's just a placeholder block, right? Because nobody wants cobblestone in their build. So, now we're going to start off with some chests. We got some regular chests, and we got some trap chests. And we're going to start with chests, and actually I want to go with... we need 8 on a side, right? And I want it to be more or less... let's just go... let's see. If this is the entrance, if we come in here, I'm thinking maybe we start here. And we can move these around if necessary. So we've got trap chests and regular chests, so we can stick them right next to each other. So we're going to go like this. Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. And then, oops, dang it. We want regular chests. I'm going about this kind of weird, but there we go. So we're going to stack them up like this. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense. Trap chests would be next. Oops. Ah! itchy trigger finger on the mouse. And boom, boom. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, and then the next thing that we're going to do is I have a stack of hoppers here. Which is way more hoppers than I thought I would ever actually need. But turns out I'm going to need, I think, more than this yet. I think this just gets me started. Oh, snap. You can shift walk right off of chests. Good to know. Let's see if we can't get this from this side. There we go. And then there. So we're going to run hoppers into the backs of all of these chests. Oh. Did I seriously just do that again? Ah, brilliant. But these hoppers are going to be how the wool gets into the sorted chests, right? So I want 2 double chests per wool color. So 8 of the colors on this side, 8 of the colors on that side. And you may be thinking, that's an awful lot. Let's not do this again. That's an awful lot of storage. Did that go into the chest? I think it did. That's an awful lot of storage for wool. I mean, who needs that much wool? Well, that's true. That is a lot of storage for wool. Can't quite tell if that's going in. I'm going to assume... Well, I don't have to assume, do I? Let's throw a couple of things in there, and... Yes, okay, that's working fine. But this is a community build, right? This is for the entire server. So the idea being that once the whole system is set up, all you have to do is AFK here for a while with the automatic shearing system, and the wool will populate, and we do that long enough, and everybody kind of contributes a little bit of their time doing that, and these chests will fill up, and then you'll never need to worry about shearing again. Like, you'll have so much wool, and it'll be so easy to get a hold of. I mean, honestly, who's going to need more than 2 double chests of a particular wool color? Right? So, let's get the chests on the other side. Boom. Boop. I love placing torches to place stuff against because they are very quick to break. I'll go trap chests, and we'll alternate these again. Excuse me. Oops. There we go. I only need 8. Okay, now we go on this area here, and we don't fall off. Excellent. So, let's see, what else has been going on with me? Well, other than my dad... Hey, I didn't shift walk off of this one. Weird. Other than my dad, things have been going pretty well. Oh, see, now that's weird. Why did that happen that time? Trying to place the hopper, but I didn't fall off going past the end of it. Someone explain that to me, because that doesn't make any sense to me at all. Okay, we'll put that there, then we can hop up on it, and we'll work our way across this way. Boom, boom. Alright, let's see, so then, more chests. Now, I cleared a lot more space for this building than I needed to, but I wanted to err on the side of too much rather than not enough, because we may actually need some of this space here at the end. Somewhere down here there's going to be a way to access the shearing room, which is actually going to be down below. We're going to need a way to get the sheep down into their pen at the bottom of the area here. And we're also going to need some space for the item elevator. That's going to be a tower that's going to come up. And one of the questions I'm going to have to ask Snowshoe and sort of work with him on to get a good answer for is where we want to put the item elevator. There's a couple of different ways that we can do this. We can either have the item elevator come up over here near the front of the building, and then the hoppers wrap around this way. There's going to be 2 more sets of hoppers. That's why I have as many as I do. I need hoppers here going up across the top here that will serve as the filter. And then another set of hoppers chained across the top to serve as the delivery mechanism. Because there's too many hoppers to use a water stream and just have the water pour over it. Hello, sir. You just had a bad day. Yes, give me those XPs, though. I want them. So we're going to need a long chain of hoppers across the top, and so at some point they're obviously going to have to cut across to touch the other 8 colors. And the question is, do we want to go across the front of the building, like this, or across the back, on the back side? Probably going to end up doing it, if we do it across the back, right, then the item elevator has to come up the front somewhere, either over here or over here, so that it ends up on top of the first hopper in the system. If we do the chain of hoppers across the front of the building, then we can put the item elevator tower in the back, where it might look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So I'm not sure which direction we're going to go with there. Let's take a quick look down here at the wool farm and see if all of the colors I sheared have hit the chest yet. Okay, it looks like I only got 10 of them, and that's fine. We'll just go ahead and grab... What are the ones that I'm missing? I've got white and yellow. I want 2 of each to start. And I'll show you why in a moment. This is the one sort of aesthetic thing that I am doing. Throw that up in there. And pink. Magenta. Very good. Red. So, my wife and I have recently gotten very much into Once Upon a Time, which is a show that is running on... Okay, purple is one of the ones I'm missing, like I thought. It's one of the shows that's running on ABC right now, and if you haven't heard of it, the concept is... Oh, that's right, we don't have any of those. We don't have any brown, light gray. The concept is that fairy tale characters have gotten sent via a magical curse into our world. Sorry, I gotta count real quick. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What color am I missing here that we have? Or am I not? I don't have any black. That's what I'm missing. And they're relying on a particular individual to save them, but she was not raised in the fairy tale world, so she doesn't believe automatically, which obviously causes a problem. And it's a very interesting show. They've just started their 4th season, and if you're a fan of like Disney stuff like I am and my wife is, then it's really quite an enjoyable program as a result, because there's a lot of cool references and interesting alternate takes on the fairy tale reality. So I really quite enjoy it. Now, the reason I got these colors, what I want to do, I think we're going to start here with black. I want to have the colors underneath the chests for organizational purposes. So we'll go gray next. Now, can I get this? Yes! Haha! Thought I made a mistake placing the chests as soon as I did, but I can pull this off. Light gray. And then white. So those colors obviously go together. Oh, missed him. I'm on with, well, now just Nihon. I was on with Caleb, and I think Bitter Turtle was on for a bit. But anyway, so those colors obviously go together. And then I always have a hard time figuring out what goes next in the spectrum. I'm thinking brown, maybe. And then I'm not sure what else would go over here. So we're going to now start on the other side of the rainbow. And we're going to put down red. And then I like to keep the reds together. So we've got red, and then magenta is purple and pink. So we'll do pink, like so. And then we'll tie that to purple with magenta. It doesn't really matter all that much. I mean, people are going to be able to find it without too much difficulty. But I still want to try to get some sort of reasonable order in place here. Alright, so from there, let's go ahead with orange. Like so. And then how about some yellow, because that's next. Roy G. Biv, right? Now, we don't have green. So let me come over here. And I kind of want to keep the blues together, too, but I can't so much. I need cobble as a placeholder. Put it away. Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and put that there. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the blue wool here. I think that's fine. Let's work our way around here. Man, I have all this stuff on my hotbar that I don't actually need on my hotbar, and it's just causing me trouble. We'll do that. Okay, so green will be there. I need signs. I want to mark the ones that I don't have labeled. Which is more than 3, unfortunately. But anyway, so this is going to be green. Oh, you know what? But then we have light green. We have lime. Let's put lime here, then. Oops. Okay, pick these up. Whee! Do it on purpose this time. And then, what do we want? We want to have blue... Or we have green, light green, right? Then if let's say we wrap it around this way. I think that makes sense. So then I think it would be blue. And then light blue. And then we'll have, here we'll do cyan. And then brown will go there. I think that makes sense. And now I need to get over here to place the remaining wool. So I think you can get a bit of a picture of how it's going to look initially. Or how, how it looks functionally. I need to go here. But obviously this is very ugly with the cobblestone and everything's all exposed so far, and that's why I'm enlisting Snowshoe's help, because I think that he will do a fantastic job prettying this up, making it fit into the mountain here, or if we want to clear the mountain, which I think I think we really should. I think we as a server, I think this entire rock mountain, because this was not grass covered when we started. This was, as far as I know, it wasn't when I started, but this was all like this. Just rocky and gross and ugh. And I really think we should just level it. But I don't want to just do that on my own. I carved a hole because I needed to for my structure, but otherwise I kind of feel like we ought to just take this all the way down to the walkway. I don't know, what do you guys think? Fellow members of the server, express your opinions in the comments below. Well, I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. We have all of the chests in place. Next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to get into some of the redstone that's going to be involved here. We're actually going to have another row of hoppers up here at the top that's pointing away from this top hopper. And off of that, we're going to run a bunch of redstone that's going to be used as a filtration system. We can't actually use the whole system, though, until we have these colors that we're missing. Once we get brown, cyan, green, and lime, we'll be in good shape, because we need 22 of each in the next row of hoppers in order for the filtration system to work properly. You've probably seen these kinds of systems before, so I won't go into it too much in depth this episode. We'll look at it next time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all of the good vibes and whatnot regards my father's health condition, or health issues. Like I said, he is doing pretty good. He's just exhausted at this point. He's out of the woods, as my mom would like to say. He's the troublesome part seems to be over, and now it's just trying to recuperate. So anyway, yes, thank you for watching. Hopefully I will be able to record more often, get some more content out again. Sorry for the gap. And we will see you next time, hopefully real soon, alright? Bye-bye.